Mecari makes one of the biggest, dopiest moves I've ever seen a sales platform make in my life. And today, they decided to undo it. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome into the channel. That's right. Today is Tuesday, May 14th, 2024. And as all of you know, a couple of weeks ago, Mecari announced a huge amount of changes to their platform involving fees, but also charging buyers the fee. Sellers were getting off without having to pay a fee, which was awesome, but buyers were incurring more of the cost. Now, the problem is if you're gonna hit a buyer with an increased amount of fees and costs, you know you're gonna run some of those buyers off who don't wanna pay that. So you have to offer them something an incentive in order to keep them around buying. And what Mecari thought was a genius idea, good God, was to offer them returns for any reason, essentially. That's what they called it. Literally return items for any reason, which would screw the sellers. I mean, this was like asking people to abuse a return system. Amazon gets abused all the time, but man, this was really up in the ante. This was telling Amazon, hold my beer, and we're going to give buyers the free reign of rent this dress and wear it all weekend for a party and send it back for any reason at all. Hey, we want you guys to incur the cost of these fees to buy items, but don't worry, you can rent a center all you want on Mecari. And they thought this would go over well. Clearly, people that are sellers are not going to, we're not going to deal with that. Not as a seller. Like, you can't just return anything for any reason. Now, people still do it on eBay and Amazon all the time. They lie, they open item not as described, they do chargebacks. But to give it to people in writing and basically say, here, go do it, is astronomically, imbecilically dumb. And today, Mecari realized that, and they backtracked, and they will not be doing that anymore. So they got rid of the returns for any reason policy. They actually sent over an email today, this afternoon, give or take around noontime Eastern. I think I see it come through. And I will put the screenshot up here for you guys. Mecari is reinstating our prior return policy, going back to the way things were. Holy crap. The problem with this is, let me just tell you guys before I read this. Mecari's already pissed off a lot of buyers. Buyers are not absorbing that extra cost. They're buying a $20 item, they get to checkout, and it's like 40 bucks or 35 bucks. They're leaving in droves. Really bad idea by Mecari. Who's in charge of Mecari? This was a terrible idea. How many people agree with me that this whole little shenanigan thing was just a terrible idea? So that's hard enough that you're telling buyers, like, you got to pay a fee, but now we're not going to give you that return. They're just killing the buyer pool. You don't mess with your buyers. eBay learned that. Amazon learned that. eBay not as well, but close. So the 3-day window to return inaccurately described items. We recently announced a returns for any reason policy in an effort to make it even easier to buy and sell on Mecari. No, you did it to make it easier for buyers to send crap back when they change their mind or just need to rent a watch for the weekend or a dress, right? Oh, anyways, after careful consideration and listening intently to feedback from our seller community, no, you got your ass handed to you on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram, we have decided to reinstate our prior return policy effective May 22nd, 2024 at 12 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 3 a.m. Eastern, next Wednesday. So Tuesday night into Wednesday next week. Returns for any reason will no longer apply. Imagine that. Imagine that, folks. Starting that May 22nd at 12 a.m., buyers will have a 3-day period to return inaccurately described items. So just 3 days. If something's wrong with it, you got to open it up, check it out, and send it back, and at least open the return in 3 days. This allows for some flexibility for buyers while respecting sellers' time and effort in listing, packaging, and mailing items. Holy crap, we're respecting our sellers. We remain committed to piloting policies that benefit our entire community and will continue to act swiftly to adapt when needed. Note, if you're using the Mecari app for iOS or Android, you may need to update the app if it doesn't automatically update on your device. And thanks for helping make Mecari the best marketplace to shop and sell. Wow. How do some of these people get in charge of these platforms? They are not resellers. It's the problem. They're not out in the trenches. They're not doing this job every single day. They are not actually, absorbing what is happening to buyers and sellers on a daily, hourly, rate. So I'm not surprised. Honestly, I should have made a video when that came out, when I did the video about the Mecari change, saying I feel like they're going to backtrack on some part of this. I probably wouldn't have been able to pinpoint to that. I would have pinpointed more towards I thought they would have backtracked on the fees to buyers, but they got to make money, so I guess there's no way for them to get rid of seller fees and get rid of buyer fees. Anyhow, I probably wouldn't have thought this is what they would have done, but I should have made a video. Anyhow, what do you guys think? How many of you sell on Mecari, and how many of you think that this is a great reversal by Mecari, and that it was a terribly stupid idea for them to do it in the first place? Please leave it down in the comment section. I read them all. I try to respond to as many as possible. I appreciate it. Leaving a comment is the best thing you can do for me. Liking this video, subscribing, all of that helps a lot, and I really appreciate it. But leaving a comment really means the world to me. I love to read and hear what you guys are thinking. So there you go. Mecari is reversing course. Reversing. They're going back. They're going back because they made a huge mistake. They're big dum-dums. They figured it out, and that's the story for today. So as always, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Make sure you check out the description box. Really great description. Links to all of the great services, accounting, my reseller genie, list perfectly cross-listing, Mark II, who's a licensed CPA to help you out with your taxes, and of course, my listing service where you can upload your photos and we'll make your listings for you. We do the entire draft, start to finish. We leave it in drafts for you to price it and make it live. We also have a fulfillment center. You can send in your inventory that's listed and we'll store it for you, package it up, and ship it out for you when it sells, just like Amazon FBA. Email me, rockstarflipper@gmail.com, and I can set you up on that. If you just want listings, use the website. Use the discount code LOYAL2024. It's down in the description box. You can get listing credits. They never expire. Get you set up today, and we'll get you off and running and growing your store right away. Thank you, everyone. Make sure you do subscribe. Come back and see future videos, and I'll see you next time.